What's up, guys? It's your boy Sion, and I'm back. And this is my Force Awakening pose right there. It's another episode of the MMO Show, the 95th episode. Yeah. And this week we're going to basically be talking about relationship aggro and what to do when it's either your girlfriend or your boyfriend and you want to actually do the right thing and have a good time playing, because there really needs to be a sequence and practice of how you go about doing these things. If you don't do it correctly, you're going to have a rough time. And I am a living proof that you have a rough time. It is actually part of the reason why me and my wife are not together anymore. Not the whole entire reason, but it's a good part. She had a whole lot to do with it too. But there's a lot of things that you really should be mindful of, and trust me, it's going to help you in the long run. So the first thing we want to start off with, make a schedule. And the reason why I say make a schedule is because, say, have a point where, you know what, when I get home from work, honey, look, I'm gonna do this at 3 or 4 hours, especially if you're a YouTuber or a Twitch person and you just got to get this stuff done, you got to get work done. You really need to make a schedule. You need to have a point where like the significant other knows that, okay, I'm gonna be busy at this point. If you need me to do anything, like, please tell me now so I can do it now, rather than you come like with like a panicking and saying, oh my god, we gotta get Pampers, and the person's like in the middle of a raid with like 1,000 people watching him and you expect the person to stop. Like, that's not fair, to be honest with you. I know it sounds stupid and it sounds like, hey, well, real life should be more important, but when the person is that, if that's their livelihood and stuff like that, that's not fair. It's really not. And what you could do to stop that is the person knows that you have a schedule and that is like to pretty much please give me everything that you possibly think that you need to have done at this point in time, and I'll do it. And then from this point, you kind of on your own. I gotta do this. I gotta make this money. Trust me, that'll work a whole lot better than you just doing it and then the person panicking. Most of the time, women do not understand. I'm sorry, ladies, you just don't. Especially when you just don't. You don't. And it goes the opposite way for sometimes with guys who have, the females who are female Twitch people and stuff like that. The guys don't understand too. Like you're out there showing yourself and everything, and you don't got time for me. We don't even go to movies and stuff like that. It happens. It totally happens. It goes both ways. So the next step I want to try to talk to you about is try to bring your significant other into the game. Like, try to have a point where you can both play. Find something that you can both play. That'll be fun, that you both can enjoy it, that she enjoys playing it, that you enjoy playing it, and that you kind of feel like a couple in the game. Or for a little while, I did have stuff like that. Me and my wife did. We played WoW. We played, I believe, Rift. We played Warframe, and it's fun when you play with your significant other, and when you find something that you both can play together, and that both of you are good, and you have the camaraderie and the teamwork in the game. There's nothing like that in gaming when your mate actually plays with you. It's one of the best feelings in the world. So definitely try to find something that you can do with your girlfriend or your boyfriend, and it'll really help you in the long run. The next thing I want to talk about, number 3, is know when to stop. Like, if you're going hard and you're playing stuff like this, goes to everybody, guys and girls. I watched yesterday a female streamer was streaming, and you can literally tell that her boyfriend was angry in the background. Like, you could tell the way, just his body language and everything else, and she was just ha 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 ha. But you could tell by he just didn't want to embarrass her on the stream. But you could I was just shaking my head like, wow, hun, you messing up right now. He's gonna cheat or dump you. You could just so tell. Don't have that happen. Don't have that be you. Have it be at a point where you start to notice. Be mindful. Have a sixth sense and say, hey, you know what? Is she getting mad? Just turn you need me, hun? You need me? Do I need to stop playing this game? What's going on? You upset? You mad? Do that. Trust me. Do that. It'll help you in the long run. You won't end up like that person I saw yesterday. I was just shaking my head this is so terrible. This is not gonna end well. He's gonna drop kick her off the screen or something like that, and then we're gonna be domestic violence. It just did not look good at all. So the next thing I want to talk about is pick the right game for your relationship, because not every game is right for you and whoever you're with. And the reason why I say that is some games are too long. Or they're just too in depth. I'll give you an example of a game where you just can't do that. Final Fantasy 14. if the person is not in you with the game, you're gonna have problems with that game, because dungeons last a long time, raids last a long time. Like, there's a lot of time investment that you need and stuff like that. A good game to actually play with a female is a shooter. Because shooters, like, they're dungeon based types of, not dungeons, but they're instance based type games, and they'll go fast. Skyforge, in my opinion, is a good game to have in a relationship, because Skyforge usually doesn't last too long, except for like maybe like an invasion or a raid or something like that. But outside of that, the base core game itself is quick, like it's instant. Like, you know, I'm not trying to pump Skyforge. There's plenty of games like that, like Vindictus, you know, like anything. Like you could go to Elsword, you can go to Dungeon Fighter, anything that's instance, Critica, like all those types of games, or Critica, but whatever you want to call it. Even this game that you're seeing right now, Onigiri, it's a fast-paced game. You can just get in, get out, and it'll help you in the long run, because you won't have time away from the other person, and they'll feel good that you actually care about them and that you're actually playing with them, and yeah, it'll just work out for you. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the thing that you need to remember the most, especially when you're in a relationship. It's just a game. And then when you cut the game off, the person is going to be there waiting for you. The person is going to be there either loving you or hating you, or whatever your relationship is about. It's just a game. There should never be a point where the game supersedes what you got going on in the house. If it becomes like that, that's when you need to know when to stop. That's when you need to pick a better game. That means you need to bring her into the game, and that's when you need to make a schedule. Now, you see how all those coincide with each other and work hand in hand? You really need to do things like that, and your life will be a whole lot better as far as relationship wise, with whoever you're dating, with whatever you got going on in your life. If she doesn't want to let you like play the way you would like to, try this stuff before you dump the person, before the person dumps you, before it gets like people even start fighting. Like I said yesterday, like I really thought that dude was like, we was gonna watch domestic violence on Twitch. I really thought that was gonna happen, but stuff like that could have been avoided if she paid attention. And she could have been paying attention. She could have just not gave a F, to be honest with you. But that's all I got for you this week. I feel that it's a very good topic. I felt that it's a little bit close to home, because I'm guilty of it somewhat, and I had to get myself out of it to get things better. And things are better now between me and, she's my ex-wife now, but things are better between us, and she understands a little bit more like what's going on, and I had to do those things. I wasn't doing all of those things. I was being a little bit selfish, and in the end it just didn't work out the way I would like it to, being selfish. So I had to learn, which is why I'm passing that on. And you guys need to learn, because I know a lot of you out there, you game hard, and I'm a hard gamer too, and I just don't want everybody to go through bad in their life. I always like to teach and have people be happy. I always want everybody who watches me happy. So if I can make you happy in any way, if this made you happy anyway, and if this helped you, I am so glad. So you guys be legendary. I will catch you next video, and peace. Thanks for watching another video by me, Scion Storm. If you like what you see here, please by all means like, subscribe, share with all your friends. It really helps me out, and I appreciate everybody who stops by. One love, and be legendary. Peace.